many people that live in these ways can be also in the city to live in a small flat. They're not supported by society. They're not. They should be like heroes. They should be like they're people that are really doing what needs to be done, like for living well in society altogether. The governments are not promoting. We don't see big advertising of sharing your flat or I don't know, some kind of subsidies to support. We need that. Okay, but there are some people beginning to think about that in some countries. We need to know more about it. When you live together, or when where is Aaron? Is he?
There's some people in here, they know me.
Okay. This is in Candegrèche. We're doing like frugal innovation. The idea of like not only innovation with making new techniques and so on, but also on trying with new techniques on to produce, certainly not to produce more, but actually to produce less, to consume less. On here, the idea is to think also if we need the technology itself. On here was to get rid of the air conditioning, so with the help of Aaron. Another important thing is it's not only about the house itself. It's also about how we organize in the neighborhood, how we organize actually also at the regional scale, at a higher scale, democratically. This is like to link with the chapter of Hans Widmer, who wrote a long time ago a book called Bolo Bolo, which is a really good vision of how we could transform the whole architecture on the way of building. It really shows all the possibilities that exist with organizing at the neighborhood level. So it's also very, very important. He's talking of units of 500 people, but just as an idea. To support all this, one of the things I mentioned was advertising. Why do we continue to advertising that tell us to create loans, to get taken on our life in having to reimburse money for this dream of the big house? Anyway, there are places where they decided to get rid of the advertising in the city. Well, this is a first step. Maybe it needs more of that. Okay, now I come to another thing is, if we work more on the justice in the housing, this will reduce the enormous frustration that there is of this inequality that exists right now, and make the idea of living simply in our house much more maybe attractive, feasible, and possible, I think. Right now, there are people that don't have houses, people that have enormous houses, people that there are many houses that are empty. Something needs to be done. The first thing, which is a demand that exists for a long time, it's about requisition of the empty houses so that people can live in them and renovate them. This has been done in the past. At least in France, there is a law that enables it, and it has been used in the past. We need this kind of law. We need people that are ready to actually put them in application. But it's also the case, we also have to rethink what happens with all these flats that are used only a few weeks in the summer for the tourists. What are these enormous houses where only lives one person? We need a societal debate on this, on how to solve. I mean, We need renovation, and if possible, participative renovation. There was like this article that was telling about London, where a building was demolished, where it could be actually would have been so much better to actually have renovation with the people that live in them, so that it's the place where we live. So we need to decide how it's going to look like. Another aspect. So if we do all this reduces the demand in housing, and this reduces also all the impact of housing, all the enormous land use, all the impermeabilization of the soil, all the quarries that are needed, all the cement industry, on the enormous energy that it uses. But it also reduces demand for housing and makes actually housing available for more people. And this can reduce the prices of houses, but this can also be supported by governments or cooperatives or different institutions, so that there is like a subsidy to help the reduction of price and make actually houses available for people. This is a place where I lived in Lyon, where that we visited. Actually, we were given hospitality with these friends, and it's a social housing where things are managed by the people that live in them. They have a say in who is going to join, and it makes it very convivial. They have a common room where lots of activities are going on. So yeah, it's also an important aspect which is part of the story. When we do all this, well, we don't need to borrow so much money and get so much money to buy and create this speculation. Here we really need action against the possibility to use houses for speculative means. I mean, the houses are a way to solve lots of basic needs, not only the roof actually, many other things. It's really important for our whole life. It's not a way to make money. And so the other thing is to challenge basically also banks like on money, and that's the work very very important that is doing Anitra. And for this, I mean, in every area there are activists, there are people that do things, there are policymakers sometimes. And all these people should create a coalition really for this new system that I'm talking about, which would be this degrowth system, which can then function. That means that it's not about single action anymore, but actually coordinated actions between different actors. And it's neither about shooting in all directions, and then when all the aspects work together, it's actually a change of system that we were complaining at the beginning of not having. And this really corresponds to the degrowth values that were introduced by Anitra. It's like degrowth really combines. It's not many people to take it from one side. There's one aspect which is more important for each person, but actually it really combines many aspects, which is about convivial relation, recuperation of ecosystems, to be happy with to have the feeling of abundance actually with little, because if we need little, we have the impression to have a lot. It's about the meaning of life. That means, well, we actually are coherent with what we believe in. Horizontal governance, about justice, but also it goes as far as non-violence. I mean, if people resolve the basic needs, then that's really something preventive of a lot of violence. There are other aspects because housing links really to the way we live, on two aspects linked to ecofeminism and open localism. Yeah, but I have some bad news when I say all this, is that there is going to be one consequence. It's like sorry to say that, like the GDP is going to maybe decrease. So, okay. Housing needs are fulfilled, but maybe we have GDP degrowth. Okay, we have it's a new system, okay? I'll give you the useful links also about our tour. We have a blog also, like maybe you can see, I don't know, we'll talk about this event maybe in this blog. You know, degrowth.org, degrowth.info, which are different websites to have information about degrowth. There's like about Candecresh. There's also a campaign. Yeah, here it's a little bit mixed. Anyway, there's a campaign, petition that is already signed by, I don't know, 80,000 people for post-growth, for the idea of degrowth, post-growth. Also, Anitra, you have a publication also that is in open access. Anyway, these are things, I think it's worth looking at it.
Okay, thank you very much, Anitra and François. I think we want you to warm up. We all want to warm up a little bit by a nice discussion now, because we still have time to continue. And one thing that wasn't mentioned or accented enough, I think, is that Anitra and François also sell their books. So if you want to buy a book, I think you will be very welcome. Maybe Anitra, you want to say a bit more about it in the beginning?
Yeah, well, we've got a special paperback run that we're selling for €25, which is quite a lot of money, but it is a discounted price. And I don't know what that is translated. What is it? Yeah, into your currency.
Yeah, I think we all know.
Good.
Okay, it would be good if you take it mainly because it's heavy and we are carrying them on.
Yes, yes. Where did it come from? But now we are without electricity.